Everyone to today's heated debate, job versus business. Are you ready to dive into a topic that affects so many of us? Absolutely. On one side, we have Alex, who represents those who believe in the stability of jobs. And on the other side, we have 5 passionate entrepreneurs who argue that running your own business is the ultimate path to success. Let's kick things off with our opening statements. Alex, why don't you start us off? Sure, not everyone needs to chase the be-your-own-boss dream. A good job provides stability, benefits, and work-life balance. You can focus on your craft without worrying about payroll or the survival of a business. Great points, Alex. But Daniel, you're up next. What do you think? Stability? More like a glass ceiling. In a job, your growth is limited by someone else's decisions. With a business, your income, time, and freedom are in your hands. Victor, how do you view the risk factor in jobs versus businesses? Jobs can vanish overnight. Layoffs, recessions, and AI replacing roles. In business, yes, there's risk, but you control that risk. You're not at the mercy of a boss. Michael, what do you have to add? Jobs might feel safe, but they rarely lead to wealth. Businesses create wealth, assets, and a legacy, not just paychecks. Raymond, your perspective? As an employee, you're building someone else's dream. But as a business owner, you build your own and can hire others to help achieve that vision. And Omar, how do you see the value of time in jobs and businesses? In a job, your time is traded for money. But in business, systems can generate income for you even while you sleep. Now that we've heard some opening statements, let's move on to our rebuttals. Alex, back to you. Sounds glamorous, but let's be real. Most businesses fail within 5 years. Not everyone has the capital or stamina to be an entrepreneur. In a job, you get a steady paycheck and benefits. That's smart risk management. Daniel, how would you respond to that? Sure, some businesses fail, but failure teaches more than any job ever could. Plus, you can start small with side hustles before going all in. Victor, what do you think about the stress associated with jobs? Let's not pretend jobs are stress-free. Office politics and toxic bosses can be soul-crushing. At least in business, you're in control. Michael, any thoughts on financial freedom? If you want financial freedom, you have to break out of the monthly paycheck mindset. Businesses can scale. Jobs rarely can. Raymond, your take on risk? Risk exists everywhere. But in business, you own the outcome. In a job, the company owns you. And Omar, what about the passion in business? If you're passionate, the grind of building a business doesn't feel like torture. It's building your life's work. Let's move on to our closing statements. Alex, why don't you go first? I'm not against ambition, but stability matters. A good job with growth opportunities can lead to a happy, secure life. Daniel, security without freedom is just a golden cage. Victor, if you want control over your destiny, business is the way. Michael, jobs may pay the bills, but businesses build the future. Raymond, work for yourself or spend your life working for someone else. And Omar, your final thoughts? Jobs create comfort. Businesses create empires. Which side are you on? And there you have it. The eternal question, job or business? The choice is yours. Thank you for tuning in.